I discovered my husband's secret daughter when she applied for a job at my company minus, and he doesn't even know she exists. I never expected a routine job interview to shatter my marriage, but when I looked up from a resume to see my husband's eyes staring back at me from a 22-year-old woman's face, I knew nothing would ever be the same. As the hiring manager at a mid-sized tech company, I've interviewed hundreds of candidates. Last Tuesday's schedule showed nothing unusual minus just 4 interviews for a junior marketing position, including one with a recent graduate named Olivia Mercer. When Olivia walked into my office, something about her was instantly familiar. She had striking blue-green eyes with a distinctive gold fleck in the left iris minus exactly like my husband Michael's her mannerisms, the way she tilted her head when thinking, even her laugh, minus all eerily reminiscent of the man I'd been married to for 15 years. I maintained my professionalism through the interview, but my mind was racing. Olivia was poised, intelligent, and qualified for the position. She mentioned growing up in Portland, minus the city where Michael had attended college before we met. When I asked about her family background, she hesitated before explaining she was raised by a single mother. My father wasn't in the picture, she said with practiced casualness. Mom says he didn't know about me. She found out she was pregnant. After they broke up and decided not to tell him, my stomach dropped. Michael had lived in Portland 23 years ago, right before moving to Seattle where we met. The timing aligned perfectly. After the interview, I pulled up Olivia's social media profiles. There was her mother minus a woman I'd never seen before but whose name suddenly rang a bell, Claire Mercer. I remembered finding an old letter from Claire in Michael's college memorabilia years ago. When I'd asked about it, he dismissed it as just someone I dated briefly in college that night. I waited until after dinner to bring it up. Our 2 teenage sons were upstairs doing homework when I placed Olivia's resume on the kitchen counter. I interviewed an interesting candidate today, I said casually. She's from Portland, went to Lincoln High. Did you know anyone who went there? Michael glanced at the resume, then froze when he saw the name Mercer. He whispered, Claire Mercer's daughter. You remember Claire? I asked, my heart pounding. We dated my senior year, he said slowly. It ended when I moved to Seattle. He looked up confused. Why are you asking about this? I pulled out my phone and showed him the photo of Olivia I'd saved from her split-in profile because this is her daughter. She's 22, born in December 9 months after you left Portland. The color drained from Michael's face as he stared at the image. That's not possible, he stammered, but I could see the recognition in his eyes minus the same distinctive eyes looking back at him from my phone. She has your eyes, I said quietly. Your laugh, even the way you tilt your head when you are thinking. Michael sat down heavily, still staring at the photo. Claire never told me, he whispered. We broke up when I moved. She never contacted me again. For 3 days our house has been filled with tense conversations and tears. Michael took a DNA test yesterday minus results pending, though we both know what they'll show. He's alternated between shock anger at Claire for keeping the secret and overwhelming guilt for missing his daughter's entire life. I've cycled through my own emotions. Betrayal that there was this whole chapter of Michael's life I never knew about. Sympathy for a young woman who grew up without a father, and the bizarre coincidence that brought her into my office of all places. Yesterday, Michael asked if I would help him reach out to Olivia. I don't know how to do this, he admitted, his voice breaking. How do you tell someone you're their father when you didn't even know they existed? I agreed to help, though I am still processing everything myself. This morning I sent Olivia an email offering her the position along with a request to meet again to discuss some details. I haven't told her why. Tonight Michael and I will sit down with our sons to tell them they have a half-sister before we potentially meet with Olivia. I have no idea how any of them will react. I came to work today with a wedding ring on my finger and a family I thought I knew completely. I'll go home tonight to a husband grappling with a past he never knew existed, 2 confused teenage sons, and the knowledge that somewhere across town, a young woman has no idea her life is about to change forever, all because she applied for a job at my company.